Okay, so one of the cool things that I'm noticing about this medium, and these are the Inktense, Derwent Inktense pencils. One of the cool things I'm noticing is the ability to layer. That's one thing you don't get with watercolor pencils because you can't layer them, because the minute you add moisture, it reactivates what's underneath. So these pencils, and this is one of the reasons why I wanted to play around with them, I can actually layer them because now they are permanent. So even if I re-wet them, they're not going to go anywhere, which, you know, I mean, it's good and it's not good depending on how well you do and how well you can control them. So as I go through, now I can do a little bit of modeling. I'm just going real lightly because the minute I add water, this is going to get super dark. There we go. Gave her face just a little bit more definition. All right, now, and I am using, oh, this is a number 7. Let's use something a little smaller. Number 5. Okay, this is just plain water right here. Tapping it on a towel. Pop it in there. Just charge that up a bit. What I want to do is I want to soften those edges so there's no, it's nice and smooth, and as it spreads, as the color spreads out, it'll spread out evenly and blend nicely. This in here, I want to control where it's going because, like, this is the nose, so I want to kind of emphasize that nostril. This is nice and dark. I put quite a bit in there. That in, I want to feather out with clear water. And all I'm doing is putting clear water on the edges so that that pigment won't have a hard line. I don't want it to have a hard line. Once it dries, I'll be able to evaluate the color, because that's what happened in here. When I put the color in, it looks really yellow, but once it dries, it lightens, and that's something that, like with acrylics, they tend to get darker. So obviously these Inktense pencils, which here's a thing here. Apparently these Inktense pencils do lighten also. And the one thing that I do like about it, see right here, right in these areas here, these are already fully dry, is that you can still see the grain of the wood. I'm a big believer in keeping the grain of the wood. I think that adds a lot to the piece. The downside of the grain of the wood is that sometimes there are hard and soft spots on the wood, and you will have less absorption. So the color will react differently. So yeah, and if you want to see, you know, more information on how to deal with that and manage that, I definitely suggest you go to my my YouTube channel and check out stuff. I talk a lot about grain in there. Got a lot of videos. So hope you enjoyed this.